If I look like shit today, shouldn't start with a swear word. If I look like shit, I have a tour coming up and it's been a bit of a hectic week. But I thought I'd throw in my tour promo anyway. I'm going on tour, starts Friday, this Friday. There are still tickets available if you want to come down. I'm playing Manchester on Friday, and there's a Birmingham gig and a London gig. It's all happening within the next 2 weeks of my life. And my life is just about touring right now. So I thought I'd take a break from stressing about tour to talk to you about something that happened on a tour. My brain is broken, my brain is broken, my brain is broken. I've talked before about one of my worst performances, which was when I did Summer in the City in 2014. My voice was bad, I was sick, I was nervous, and I was about to shave my head. I just didn't sing well. However, that was not my most embarrassing performance. And this story I'm about to tell you has made it so that I can never really feel the full weight of nerves before a show ever again. Because what goes through my head is, well, at least it will never be as bad as the time story. Right, so we're going back to 2016. Again, we're doing that a lot in these videos. It was the Busted tour. It was the first time I'd ever done a proper support tour. I'd supported Charlie Simpson a few months earlier, but this was a fucking arena tour, okay? I'd never done that. The most I'd done was rooms, 300, 400 cap rooms with an acoustic guitar by myself. Suddenly I was going on stage with a guitarist and a backing track. So step one, already, if you get the opportunity to do an arena support tour, bring more than that. Life lesson, if I could go back and tell myself something. Don't just bring one session musician and a backing track, okay? Bring the full bring the works. It will be more expensive, unfortunately, but you'll make a hell of a better impression. So that's rule number one. Okay, this is 18 dates, I think, over a month. So it really was a commitment to do the bare minimum. I was playing 4 songs, which I then had to reduce to 3 songs because I could not sing back then. I was not vocally trained and my voice stamina was terrible because I was just screaming "sucks to be you" and "look what you made me do" and perfect every night. It didn't go well. However, I'm going to take you back to the first night of the tour. So I'm sorry if I'm all over the place. I'm a mess right now. You know I said about bringing a guitarist and a backing track? So, say that that's what you go with, against my better judgment. If you're going to bring a backing track, make sure that your backing track, or whoever is doing your backing track and supplying the playback, make sure the playback works. Because you don't want to find out at Wembley Arena that your playback doesn't work. 15,000 people. I was so scared. It's the first night of the tour, Wembley Arena, for fuck's sake. I was so scared. I prayed. I prayed to a God that I did not at the time believe in. I was terrified. My palms were sweaty. My knees were weak. And my arms were indeed rather heavy. I hear my music. It's the start of "Sucks to Be You," playing out of a backing track. Which conveniently, I'll spoil it for you now, it was being played out of an iPod Nano. Don't do that. Don't do that. Bring a playback. Bring a playback machine. Bring a laptop that works at the worst. But bring a dedicated playback machine if you're going to do it that way. Don't bring an iPod Nano. I hear my music and the guy with the torch, shines you on because that's what they do. And I run up the steps. I'm terrified. I'm nervous as hell. I run towards my mic just in time to start going, "It all happened so fast. You were a..." See where I ended it there? That's where the backing track decided to end for a bit. The backing track completely collapsed. All you can hear is a tiny bit of my session guitarist. I mean, if the backing track and I were at 10, the guitar level was at about 2 or 3. It was so small that in videos of this, because there's video footage of this, by the way, you can barely hear the guitar. It's basically a cappella in front of 15,000 people, which I'd never done before. So my backing track completely failed there, and I heard it because I had my in-ears. This is the first time I ever had in-ear monitors rather than a little wedge in front of me. And I heard the backing track stop. I could just about hear my guitarist's guitar. And I just freaked out. But I was a trooper. I had 2 choices, right? I could either run off stage really embarrassed and make it a whole scene, or I could just try and carry on singing. So I did that. I just carried on singing and I just kept looking around like, what's going on? And I just kept singing, "You were a friend of a friend of a friend of a friend, and I got a tattoo, a picture of us, now I can't wait." And you can watch the footage on YouTube. I'm not going to put it in this video, but you can find it. Just type in Emma Blackery, either Wembley Arena or O2 Arena, because, spoiler, I don't know how iPod Nanos crashed, to be honest, because it's a flash drive, but it happened. Managed to get it to work again. And it came back in on the bridge of the song. So I think I'd sung the first chorus a cappella. I think it got to the end of the first chorus on my own. And then it went to, I escaped all your toxic ways, I just want to say, I believe it was an iPod Nano. I don't want to get sued. I recall it to be an iPod Nano. I don't recall it being a laptop. But if it was a laptop, that's probably worse that failed. Anyway, it came back in on the middle 8 part, which I did not expect, because suddenly I have to work out very quickly where I am in the song. And I'm just like, but I did it. And then the next song happened, and that was fine. The next song happened, and everything else was fine. It was just on that first track. So I just stayed on stage and I just kept going. But so, you know, I'm completely thrown off at this point. I'm terrified. I'm just waiting for it to fuck up again. But it doesn't. And then I start coming off stage, and I won't ever forget this, because I was supporting Busted, and then Wheatus were going on, and then Busted. I start walking off stage with my guitarist, and Wheatus is just standing there side stage waiting to go on. They were like, and Brendan, the singer of Wheatus, was like, I don't know how you stayed on that stage. I was like, I didn't think I had much of a choice, to be honest. He was like, I don't know many people that would have stayed there. Most people would have run off. And they all just said, well fucking done. But, you know, that's like a humble brag. Like, oh, it was nothing. It was everything. I was terrified. But it was nice to get the Wheatus approval that I'd done something pretty ballsy. So that was that. So if you think about that, your first ever arena show, you're already nervous. And then it's just you in front of 15,000 people. And everyone can hear that it's just you. And if, like I say, if you watch the footage for context, it's a big ass stage. And I'm just there. Unfortunately, that's not quite where the story ends. It's close to ending though, so don't worry. It didn't happen the next night. It got fixed. My tour manager said, don't worry, I've run through it. I don't know why that happened. I can't believe that happened. You know, because everyone gets really angry when something fucks up that, you know, you don't expect it to. I can't believe this happened. I don't know how this happened. All this stuff. And it didn't happen the next night. And it didn't happen again for the next few nights. But it happened again in, I believe, Bournemouth, which was like a week or so later, maybe more than that. And it happened again. This time, obviously, I was more prepared. And I'd never lost that thing in my head, like, it's going to go. So I was more prepared. And I managed to come back in around the middle 8 again. So I don't know the full story behind how that backing track failed. I don't know if there was just a glitch in the audio, or whether it was the hard drive or flash drive of the playback. I don't know. But it happened in Bournemouth, and I got over it. And then it happened one more time. It happened at the fucking O2 Arena. They were the final dates. 20,000 people a night, sold out. And there were 2 nights, obviously, and my mum and my sister, my best friend, came to one night out of the 2. Guess which fucking night it all fucking failed on me again? The one when my mum was there. But obviously by this point I'm just a hardened fucking veteran of fuck-ups. So I just dealt with it. And this time I was quite stylistic about it. I just flared it out like it was supposed to happen. It was not supposed to happen at all. And that was thankfully it. But yeah, if you've ever had your backing track expose you 3 times on a fucking arena tour, it changes the way that you play live. I'm still 100% there when I play live, as you'll see if you come this week and next week. And as you hopefully see in videos of like the Villains tour and stuff, I'm still so all in. But before those shows, I used to feel a lot more nervous before going on stage. Like I was way more like wanting to be sick kind of nerves. And now I'm just excited. I don't feel those nerves anymore, because honestly, how could anything be more wrong live than that, apart from like fucking electrocuting yourself or something, like touching the mic and just blowing up? But at least then you get the sweet release of death, so that's preferable. I don't know if I could fuck up more than that. The only thing that's come close to that is me falling on my ass during Sucks to Be You in Amsterdam. It's always Sucks to Be You. I'm playing that on Friday. Oh, I'm scared. Maybe it's a cursed song. Anyway, thank you for listening to me rant and ramble. There are tickets down below. Please come along. It's the only 3 dates that I'm doing for quite some time. I don't know when I'm next touring, so if you can come along, don't think, oh, I might come. Come along. It'll be really fun. Okay, I'll make it really fun. I'm playing songs from my newest album, Girl in the Box, my last 2 singles that I released, some songs from Villains, and previous stuff as well, some stuff from Magnetized. You know, it's a little acoustic section. Not going to spoil anything else. Play my music, so please come along. It'll be really fun, and I've missed playing live. I haven't played a proper live gig since 2018, for some reasons. So please come along if you can. Anyway, that's this week's story. Don't know if there's going to be another story next week, because next week's going to be busy, but I will try. Take care. Until next time, guys, I shall catch you later. God, I got through that like a maniac.